Hello everyone, how are we all doing today? I hope you're all having a good Sunday. Today we're going to be continuing the work we did on our last stream for a Nightmare Kart DLC. We're going to be implementing an already animated cutscene. And it's gonna be probably on the short side. I'm working on a lot of, I've been kind of radio silent because I've been working on a lot of like secret projects and like NDA stuff, so this will be short, but we will be getting work done. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. So let's just jump on over to the main viewer here. How is the volume on everything? Hopefully everything's good. Artsynth, hello. Melody, hello. And we also got a pocket deer in the house. How are we all doing? I hope you're all doing good. Let's see. So we have the cutscene. It has not been properly implemented yet. I guess now is the time to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, cakes. So, it would be in the cinematics folder. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this opened. Yes. So is this fully... Yeah, this is... Okay, our cutscene is fully, like, animated. We need to make particle effects and all that stuff. Oh, and we're missing some props, too. Okay, so I think this cutscene's way too long. It might just because I'm drinking caffeine right now, but that could be it. Yeah, we're missing props. We gotta get the props in. New stuff looks badass. Thank you. Yeah. So there's a few things we need to do. We need to implement the props. We need to implement VFX. Oh, yeah, he has an invisible cane right now. VFX and actually make it play in the level. Because right now when I hit play, this cutscene doesn't play. So we actually need to set it up to play. So let's get started. I think the first thing I want to do is actually make it play on startup so we can test it in engine. Oh, and audio, of course. Reverbial, oh my god, 24 months. We have been streaming for 2 years. That's fucking crazy. Thank you for the happy 2 years. I really appreciate that. Right, so let us get this started. Create. So there's a very specific setup for Nightmare Kart cutscenes and that other project that I guess I'm not allowed to talk about, cutscenes. So I'm just going to copy and pasta the code we have. Odin battle, no. Hold on, I'm trying to find... I always use Odin track. The first boss fight I ever made, the first like story level I ever made was the Gregory boss fight. So I kind of just used that as a template to copy and paste my code from. I did not make a universal function because past me was a big dum-dum. So, and now we're stuck with that decision. So these are all the subtitles. This cutscene luckily does not have any subtitles, so we don't have to worry about all that. Okay, let's get off of Kate Sith. Sure, we'll do Cosmo Canyon, why not? So, alright, so what the fuck is this? Oh, the checkpoints. Am I gonna have a checkpoint for this fight? I don't believe so. Leg week, hello. Alright, so yeah, these are all, it's the music. Okay, and these are all, I believe, functions, and this is... Hold on, chat. What is this? Is this the mid? No, this is the initial cutscene. So the important part is this skip cutscene function. This right here, and force phase 2 trigger. This is what? The checkpoint. We don't want the checkpoints. This boss fight will not have checkpoints. And what the flapjack is this? Doesn't matter. And we will need to do music as well. Although we don't have music set up right now, we will need it in the future. And this is all of the actual boss fight setup, which we have already. So now we're gonna switch on over to Bone Bike. We will need to set up the boss. I think the boss health bar is set up already. Robot says, I took one look at my screen and my brain started hurting. I'm glad you know what you're doing. Is it why was why was your brain hurting? Was it because there was too much code going on, or because I have like a problem with my screen setup? Hopefully the former and not the latter. Okay, Bone Bike Boss Intro. We're gonna name this to BBB Intro Ref. BBB for Bone Bike Boss, of course. And oh, Phobia, could you? There's almonds on the coffee table. If you can bring me some almonds, please. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Almonds. Okay. So we're just gonna leave this disconnected for now because we don't actually have music yet. Looks like spaghetti. I don't understand code. Well, maybe you'll understand a tiny bit after this stream. Probably not though. I'm sorry. BBB. Intro cutscene skipped. Almonds. Thank you. Mwah. Almonds, almonds, almonds. Alright, hold on, chat. There's a bunch of code I am executing, excuse me, at the start. I just forget if we need any of this. I don't believe so. Do we have a race manager in here? No. Do we need a race manager? Do we need a race manager for this? We do, because when we win, when we beat the boss, it will do like the, you won, here's your rewards, blah, 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 and it's handled by the race manager. So we gotta drag a race manager in, put it below, below the level, way below the level. Shoot. That's right, so the starting line does not cull. So we're gonna have to set your visibility. Where is your visibility? Hello? Hidden in game to true, okay. Deactivate functionality. I believe we need to turn on deactivate functionality and set it hidden. Okay, cool. Which we just did. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. So this is the important stuff we need. So at the first frame, when we're still on the loading screen, Um, we need to bind death to trigger the fail state, and turn off inputs because you want to be driving around during the cutscene. I believe that's all we need, and then we get started with the actual cutscene. Alright. Sorry, I've been on an FF7 kick recently. We need to bind events to... We need to bind... Has died. That's the one I forgot. We don't have music. I probably should put some music in, but I also don't... See, the problem is if I put in temp music, I'll get attached to the temp music. You know what I mean? And then I won't want to change it with the new music. So I think I kind of want to just be... but do I... I feel like it'd be a more accurate vibe to have some music in there instead of it being empty, you know? Let's see. Use FF7 music? Are you crazy? Do you remember what Sony did to this project? Oh, I guess that's Square Enix. We will use some existing Nightmare Kart music, seeing as it's already set up with that dynamic music. I don't want to give myself more work making an entire dynamic music system for Final Fantasy music, but I got all this stuff right here. We'll do Outsider. Okay. Nope. So what time, how far into the music how far into the cutscene do we want the music to start? It's as soon as the monster, the bone bike, bursts out right here. So that is 58 seconds and 58.4, excuse me, oh my god, these fucking almonds. 58 seconds and 58.43 seconds. All right, let's get that in. 58.43 seconds. Oria is rating with a party of 7. Hello, 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 everyone. What about Mario Kart music? Nintendo seems pretty chill about their IPs. You are so fucking funny, Umbra. You are so fucking funny. Oh my god. You are the funniest commenter. Alright. Boom. Alright, so we're gonna pause this actually. Barry, hello, how are you? I do not want the skybox to jitter like this. So we'll parent the skybox to the camera. That should address the issue. Oh my god, Mimi, hello, and No Ice, hello. Oh shit! Our player character's in the background of the cutscene. We'll have to hide the player character. When you set the props still, sound effects. There's 2 victors. Yeah, we're gonna need some kind of like buy a watermelon and shove my fingers into it to get the squelching noises for that shot. Okay, so no music. Interesting. but this does play. We'll debug it. Excuse me, right, I turned off. I disabled input and forgot to re-enable it. I'm so silly. Okay, let's actually line all this up. Alright. So we're gonna turn off disable inputs and turn on do not respawn on death. There are no respawns. It's the boss fight. When you die, it's frickin' game over. Remember back in the day when game over actually meant the game was over and it booted you to the main menu? That was crazy. We lived in barbaric times back then. I wish to return to the barbarism. Hudra says, first time catching the stream. How's it going? Pretty good, pretty good. We kind of just started. We are implementing a cutscene. Doing pretty good. We need to, yeah, to turn on inputs. Okay, let's test it. Why is the music not working? Let's test the skip. Let's see if the skip works. Skip should work. There you go. What is BP Kart Pawn? You are oh shoot, this is not us. So interesting little quirk about Nightmare Kart is this is kind of bad. There's a lot of messed up code in this game. Basically, you can only have a boss health bar using a... Oh, fuck, where are you? You're past the skybox, my goodness. Basically, only a actual cart pawn has... Ignore the fact that his head's floating. A cart pawn is... Only a cart pawn can have a boss health bar. So, whenever we fight a normal enemy type, a normal enemy pawn in Nightmare Kart, what's actually happening is that enemy pawn you're fighting, like Beast Gregory with the minigun, for example, or the final phase of the secret final boss in Nightmare Kart, that character pawn is invincible and is simply passing damage off to an off-screen cart pawn that does not have an AI assigned to it. Very, very janky, very cringe, but that's how we do it, so that's what we're doing. I believe that's how Four Kings worked in Dark Souls. So like I'm not beating myself up too hard about it, but if it works, it works, exactly. Put a little delay here. I don't remember if this, I think the skips, I think in Bloodborne PSX, the skips paused the game and faded to black and then faded back up. But in Nightmare Kart, the skips are instant. That was not like a conscious decision. I guess it was, it's just less time wasted. Okay, our music is turned to 0. That's why we couldn't hear it. Shit. Okay. So I'm gonna turn off Final Fantasy music. guy with the hat. Just a train with the guy with the hat. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, for some reason our inputs still aren't working. Okay, I know why. Okay, chat, I am so sorry. We need to reset the engine because we are currently set to arcade cabinet mode, which has some quirks to it. And for some reason, in Nightmare Kart, if you modify the game instance at all, the engine crashes. So, so every time we modify the game instance, which is where arcade cabinet mode is set, we have to reset the engine. So that's just another quirk. How does your character recognize your movement when streaming? I'm using a program called VC Face, VSEEFACE. You can look it up. Very simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and reset the engine. And while that resets, we can just like, you know, just like chill, have a chat. How are y'all doing? Hope you're all having a good day so far. I don't really know how far we're going to go with today. There's 4 big things. There's audio. Probably not gonna do audio today because I'll need to author some audio, and doing audio on stream I do not find is as entertaining as doing visual stuff, you know, like VFX or animation or blah, blah, blah. So I'll probably do that on my own time, but I'm gonna try and do VFX. Actually, if I dip down to BRB for a second, I'm going to open up, I'm still gonna be here. Don't go anywhere, I promise, I'm still here, you can still hear me. I'm going to open up the source file for this cutscene because there are some, why is this music in our playlist? There we go, that's a lot better. We're gonna open up the cutscene. God, it's been so long since I worked on this cutscene. It's not even in the most recent files anymore. Okay, hey chat, I'm back. We are going to... Why do I have Resident Evil 6? Because it's fun to play online co-op? What kind of... Why do you have Resident Evil 6? I don't know, why don't you? Jesus, because someone on YouTube told you it was bad? Vine Boom? Sorry, that was rude. I don't know, I find it fun. It's fun to play with my friends. Not a lot of good co-op single-player games out there, you know? That aren't like a MMO or hero shooter or whatever the fuck. I just want to blast some zombies. Is your avatar have little fangs? No, I have piercings, lip piercings. Slopware. Slopware? Is Resident Evil 6 slopware? Resident Evil 6 is slopware. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm getting distracted. We are going to open up the Nightmare Kart assets. Cutscenes. Musel says, I'm just being inflammatory. Oh, I see. Cutscene assets. Bone Bike Boss intro. Slopware. Yeah, slopware. Slop is a new lingo for sure. It's kind of taking over everything. Skate, thank you so much for the 23-month resub. I really appreciate it. That's a long time. Slop terminology needs to stop. Slop needs to stop. Is that what you're saying? Does slop need to stop? We need to stop this slop. This slop's gotta stop. Okay, so yeah, I do want the bits of cart garbage. Stop. Hashtag stop the slop. Bottom, where'd you go? There you are. I'm slop moding. Yeah, so I want to have all these bits in the sand, but we're also going to be using these for particle effects. I made a very rough particle effect. Yeah, right here. with all these bits flying around. So we're gonna recreate that in Unreal Engine, but unfortunately, that means we need to export some of these bits. So let's just go ahead and export some of these bits. Where would I put this under? This would not be a cutscene asset. This would be in VFX. Kart bits. Kart explode? I guess it'll be Kart explode actually, huh? We'll call it rusty. Kart rust. Kart piece rust. Because these are rusty bits. Kart Gibbs. Jibs? Jibs. Is there multiple characters? Asks Science Sniper. Multiple, like, playable characters in Nightmare Kart? Absolutely. There are absolutely multiple characters. There's a lot. Too many, one might say. There are so many characters. There's like 14? Something like that. It's a lot. Ba, 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 ba. Does this count as a crash counter? Are we gonna increment our crash counter at the half-hour mark? Why is this taking so long? I think I'm exporting every single object in this scene on accident instead of the one selected object. I guess we're just gonna chill while that happens. This is open again, so that's good. So while that's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and open up campaign Bone Bike Boss. Is it crashing? It is crashing. We're gonna give it a sec to chill. We're going to go ahead and make particles. This will be under Kart Explosion, which is not here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's cringe. Okay, so we're gonna make a new particle. I guess we could just duplicate our existing Kart Explosion, just replace the assets. Kart Rust. Excuse me, Kart Explode, Rusty. Okay, cool. A giant error on the bottom with no text. That's great. We love that. So let's try that again. That failed to export. I think, yeah, I think I just tried to export everything. There we go. That was fine. See, that exported no fucking problem. That was awesome. That took 1 frame. Fuck yeah. Okay. I need to find some. I'm only gonna use 3 bits. That looks like a pretty good generic rusty bit. All right, rusty 2, and I guess rusty 3 will be the. I have a wheel. Where's my wheel bit? Yeah, a rusty like a cylindrical thing. Or should I use this one? I guess this looks more like a wheel. It's just the poly count's kind of high, but there's not really much I can do about that. I mean, I guess like whatever. Fuck it. All right, and then Kart piece rusty 3. All right, cool. Save, import. Yeah, blank error messages are the best. VFX, Kart Explode. Yeah, 3 pieces I think is the bare minimum, in my opinion. And this is PS1, so that's what we're doing. Do we already have? We already have rusty rust. No, because these are old carts. The cart, I think it's called Cart Pile. Yeah, okay, cool. Perfect. Nope. Kart pile. And Kart pile. Feel the old carts. Exactly. Exactly. You must fear them. Not these ones though. These are really old. They're all rusty. All right. Kart explode. Rusty. All right. Pretty simple particle effects. We're just gonna replace the meshes with rusty bits. Wow, these are really large. Just scale these down a little bit. Okay. See how this looks in engine? Okay, we're gonna turn off the collision. I don't like that. I just want to fall through the floor. Yeah, that's fine. They're kind of slow. Let's speed them up. And you are gonna fly up a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now I gotta make a small one. So this will just be single parts. Can you 0.5? No. Okay. Alright, so let us get these implemented into the cutscene system. Alright, so the first one is when you fall in, bleh, and then we're gonna get some particles here. Right there. Let's make here, let's make a version that doesn't shoot them out as far. Yeah, I'm still using the old particle effect system. I'll upgrade for my next project into Unreal 5. You know, this is a fork of Bloodborne PSX, which started development way before Unreal 5 existed. Let's make you smaller too. Let's do 0.5. Also just too many, so let's lower that to 3, 5, and 2. Cool. Okay, so now we're gonna add this. Alright, okay, so we're going to add this particle effect. We're going to convert it to spawnable. Toggle track. Activate. Cool. That's pretty good. Let's see how that looks. Come on! Be a good girl for mommy. Can you fucking trigger your fucking particle effect? Okay. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna we're just gonna play it. We need to keep the skybox from jittering at this part. Ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we're turning this off actually. Because we're testing audio as well. No particles from mommy. We still we still need to turn the player character invisible. Ba ba ba, da 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 da. We gotta have the gross blood particles for this shot as well, which I will do. And okay, yeah, that works. It needs to be a little more intense. The vertical. Can I? Okay, cool. So let's do 1,000. I think yeah. We'll put the oops. It's just not. Oh, sequencer, I fucking love you so much. Is it because your lifetime is too long? Your lifetime is way too long. Let's do like constant. Legally distinct metal pipe. Do I still have that? Is that still my soundboard? There. Perfect. Okay, let's give it a little sphere to start. Ba, ba, ba. They're all starting at a single point. Now I'm just having them start at a random point inside a radius of 100 units. Okay, that's okay. 100 units is too much. Yeah. Okay, we'll go back. We'll put it back to 50, which was the default value. Probably should have tested that at the start. Yeah, that looks good. This is for Nightmare Kart or another project? This is for Nightmare Kart DLC mini campaign. So it's a new campaign. Buckethead guy here is the new protagonist. We also have, I see a single frame. If you look really closely, this shot, there's a single frame. Boop, where you can see the character's legs. So I'm going to actually turn you off. Turn off your visibility right here. And then turn you back on here. There's like a little glitch. Okay, should be good now. Why did it trigger twice? Oh, I'm so silly. I'm turning. It's on activate, not trigger. Activate basically turns it on. You know, like if you're doing a stream of water or sparks or something. So it turns on and then waits to be deactivated. We need to set it the trigger so it only just does it once and then turns itself off. That's why it was acting so weird. Okay, so it should be good now. Okay, so we should be able to up the lifetime to like 3 seconds. I don't want him to shrink into nothing mid-arc. And then we gotta do the little ones here every time it twitches. Okay, and then the big one. What engine is this? This is Unreal Engine 4. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, now we're gonna trigger the big one, which is Rusty. And then I'm gonna trigger you again. Okay, so Rusty also needs a sphere. This one we do want to have a wider spawn radius. So we'll set that radius to 100. I believe it's decameters. Decameters is one Unreal unit. Yeah, okay. Oh shit, outfit swap. Oh, you want Nunlith, huh? You want Nunlith that bad? Alright, you can have Nunlith. It is the Lord's Day, it's true. Hashtag not affiliated with the church. Okay, now we gotta do the little ones. Okay, so small needs to have significantly less. Launch velocity, because they keep flying off screen. Yeah, okay, 200. Okay. Mudkip, hello. Okay, now they're too low, so we'll do 600. 300, 700, 350, and 600, 300. Let's see how that looks. What is going on here? Flying objects. Okay, and then for this trembling here, we're going to use we'll have a not a trigger, but a constant stream of rusty bits. Right, so spawn will be 2, turn you off, 1, 1.5. So our constant, hello? Okay, so here's a constant stream of particles. They're kind of hitting our face, though. And we'll turn... Oh, shoot! Actual, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. Okay, so we're gonna also give this a location sphere. There we go. Okay, so this will actually be a separate particle system. Converts to spawnable. I'm gonna put these in their own folder. Okay. So we're going to activate you. And then right here, we're going to deactivate. And add a couple deactivates on either side. Because for some reason, that seems to cause bugs when you don't do that. They are kind of hitting the camera. I guess it's easy. I can just turn off their X and Y, or like significantly reduce it. We're actually gonna add a burst list of 1. Still need all their props, but yeah, that looks pretty good. Silicon water looks refreshing this time of year. Yeah, it's the summer, baby. All right, let's see how this looks. I'm gonna use an existing ambient music track for multiple boss reveals. I believe both Gregory and Nicholas. excuse me, use this audio. We are going to have a custom one for the final result, but like I said, I like to have a stand-in. So let's see here. I'm gonna pause the music. Let's see what we got here. Where is that? No. Let's see. Searching now. Fudge muffins. Where is it? We can use this one, I think. Okay, I can think we can use this one. Let's see how it feels in the actual cutscene. Just as a placeholder, right? We just hold in places. Right, audio track is God, where is that fucking intro? Hold on. Chat, I am losing my mind right now. We're going to go to here it is. Okay. Okay, it's called Hunter Cutscene. Very, very well named. Very descriptive. Very easy to find. Hunter Cutscene. That's amazing. Okay. We love Hunter Cutscene. It's my favorite track. Okay. Bunny. Bunny. All right. Cool. Right, I don't know if we can hear this at all. It's kind of just like a droning noise. Okay, and then yeah, there's that little riser there. We'll use that for the reveal. Once again, I feel like I don't want to understate this. Whoa, it's raining parts. This is just temporary. This is just placeholder. Excuse me. Okay, so oh my goodness, excuse me. So let's see how this oops sounds. No, that's too quiet. Why is it so freaking quiet? Let's boost that by like another 100% or 200%, I guess. I need to hide the player pawn still in the background there on the bike. That's so funny. Gross, gross, gross. Okay, next we're gonna do the blood particles. Okay, that doesn't really have a good explosive start. So let us okay, I just think our entire game audio is way too quiet, so let me just boost that a little bit. And then turn this down. Now it's kind of loud. I have to turn it back down to 300%. Is everyone staying hydrated? I got my conch zero. I'll get water in my break, don't worry. Oh, that lined up perfectly. Hey, what's up, Bone Bike? Cool. Okay, so a few things. This cuts off way too quickly, or it cuts off too soon. Also too loud, so we're gonna put the volume down by 100%. Demonia, thank you so much for the Prime subscription. We are going to, my goodness, excuse me, we're going to hide the character. Set actor hidden in game to true. And then set actor hidden in game to false. Okay, also I want to parent the, I guess I can, okay, yeah, we're going, okay, we're going to, I guess parent the, skybox. If I want to remove the jitter, I guess I can just turn the jitter off. Yeah, I guess I'll just do that. That's kind of cheating, but I don't really care anymore. Jitter amount. It's already at 0.5. So I have to kind of do this off screen. I can't really do this on the same window. I guess I can put it over here. Okay. No, you can see it. Okay, yeah, we should parent it to the camera. Okay. So I'm being very particular with this. All right, skybox will have to be set to movable. If we move it, it already is. We're going to attach to, I believe this is cam 1. Better be cam 1. It is cam 1. Okay. And we're going to set your, actually, we're going to turn you off. We're going to set your transform. And then, again, constant. Frame 0. We're going to attach you to camera 1. And we're going to zero out. Yeah, okay, so that's a problem. We're going to zero out the skybox. Something like that, right? I guess eyeball it. Hold on, chat. I want to make this nice and consistent. Good. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. This will be hidden behind 2 shots. So I guess this is fine. It's good enough. The camera, the moon is in the mostly the correct spot. Right, let's see how this looks. Vent says Sesbian Lex is a Signalis meme. I'm pretty sure Sesbian Lex existed long before Signalis did. Yes, before anyone asks, I have played it. Thank you for thinking of me. Okay, looks good. And then, of course, the sky needs to revert. So we're actually going to do beach sky. I guess the default value should be 1. And you are not Aurora-ing. Why are you not Aurora-ing? Because your Aurora... let's turn the music back on. Ba, 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 da, ba. Okay, your Aurora offset needs to be 7,500, which will absolutely break our preview sphere. That was kind of cool. And our sky blend -1. Okay, so that should be it. Ba, 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 ba. Fuck was that? Okay. We're actually gonna place you, our bone bike boss, over to wherever the fuck our guy is, and then we're going to spawn you at the ends of the cutscene to... Whoa, pretty sky! Thank you, Tony Kong. It's from an asset pack, but it has been modified quite a bit at this point by yours truly. But yeah. So we're gonna set you right here. Okay, so we're gonna set your location at the end of the cutscene to -387.05 on Y, and Z is 195.47, and rotation is -90 on yaw. Okay. Okey pokey. Ba 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 da 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 da. And you shoot me immediately. All right. Can we program you to have your first move be something that isn't an attack? Got you, motherfucker! Hell yeah, alright. Got a double there, that shouldn't have happened. She definitely needs more. Okay, so she just boosted out of bounds, which is a known bug. I guess we can fix that now. I don't know how you're able to do that, though. Like, I have all these collision balls up. Okay, I don't know why this happens. Our little tab bar on the top of the screen is just not visible, and the only way to fix this is to reset the engine. So we're gonna go ahead and just reset the engine, I guess. Tony says teleporting from one side of the other sorry, let me try that again. Teleporting from one side of the arena to the other is so cool. Yeah, thank you. I kind of the biggest problem with Nightmare Kart battles is that it's kind of hard to keep the camera on the enemy. And seeing where you're going is more important than like having the camera auto lock onto the enemy. So, the hardest part was turning around, basically, right? So that was fixed in the final boss of Nightmare Kart by having boost pads around the edge of the screen, the ring, the arena, which turn you around. So I wanted to try something different this time, which was to just line the arena with teleporters. So we'll see how that feels. It is that boss. This boss does kind of jump out of frame a lot, though, still. So, we'll see. I still need to give it the red arrow over her head and the mini map, of course. I should probably prioritize those, just so we can get a nice feel for how that how the boss fight plays out. Because once we have a big red arrow over her head and the mini map, hopefully that helps. We'll see, though. Anyways, we are still loading the project. Turn the music back on. So you see this detail stuff up here, right? Like all this and detail lighting and player collision, all that stuff. This bar up here just goes away randomly sometimes. I do not know. I've been using this engine for years and years and years. I do not know how to get it back. It just vanishes. It's just like, fuck you, and then goes away. Like, why do you do that? Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Tony says, neat way to work with boss fights and from the first campaign. Yeah. Okay, so this collision is hot garbage. A sign I've been working too long. It hasn't even been an hour. Okay, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, so we're just gonna na ba da da ba da na 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 na. Ba da na 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 na. God, this song is such a freaking banger. Na na na. Ra da ra da 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 da. All right. Yeah, so these collision walls are just too far out. I placed these by hand, which is kind of cringe, but we work with what we got. SC, I'm just going to let you know that there is no creative backseating on this stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're going to put the text on now to discourage any other backseating. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. Do, 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 do. Sunday Nunday, baby. That's right. Nuns don't work on Sundays. Literally, exactly. Nuns don't work on Sundays, exactly. Oh, I got sloppy at these collisions. Now I'm paying the price. Okay, that looks a lot better, question mark. There is a chance that the enemy pawn, I mean, I guess I can just fucking, hold on. Hold on, let me get you. Just shove you up here. See what happens. Okay, so now, okay, it'll now bounce her back when she lands up here. It'll push her out and then bounce her back in. This theoretically should work. We're just gonna have to keep playing and keep an eye out. Boing! Yeah, okay, we definitely need to, like, give her a big scream move or something where she just, like, screams. This feels too loud. This music is too loud. Why is this music too loud? This is in a launched game. Is it too loud in... Evolving, thank you so much for the 6-month... oh my god, for a 6-month sub. I appreciate that. Why are you so freaking loud? Yeah, okay, we'll need to give her a move that makes her scream or something. We still have the lap counter in the bottom right. That's not good. We'll fix that. Eh. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, she has way too much health. Yeah, sometimes the visceral boost doesn't push you through like you just saw right there. It's very strange. Oh! Blade canceled out of the fucking air, motherfucker! Got your ass! God, doing the air counter is... I just feel like that really hits. Just sniping her out of the sky like that. Okay, so that, I don't know if you saw it, but that just happened. She jumped up, hit the wall, hit the invisible wall, right? Slid down and then boinged back in the arena. It's a little bit awkward, but it keeps it from, you know, soft locking. She doesn't fall out of the arena anymore, so that's good. Yeah, anyways, we're getting a bit distracted. We still haven't worked on, we still haven't finished the cutscene. So let us go ahead and continue to work on Bone Bike Boss intro. I think the biggest thing I want to do right now is just get the props in. Well, no, we need to do the blood effect. Yeah, we gotta do blood. Okay, so we're gonna make a new particle. I already have the texture for it. Blood. So we're gonna import a new texture. Where, if I was past Bunlith, who doesn't remember what past Bunlith did, where would I put the blood texture? I feel like if I was a good bunny, I would put it in the blood texture folder, but I think I was a bad bunny and I put it in the cutscene folder that it shows up in. Let's see where I put it. I'm gonna check the cutscene folder. Oh, look at that, it's not in here. Okay. Is it in the beach asset folder? No, these are just beach assets. Okay. Is it in VFX blood? Oh my god, look at that! I was a good bunny this whole time. I put it in the correct folder. Holy shit! Holy shit! Incredible. Okay, so blood. Past bunny was a good girl. That's insane. Wow. Okay, blood pour. So we need to make. We're gonna just make a whole new asset. Praise the bunny. How do we do this, chat? This needs to be a unique mesh. Okay, so we actually have the mesh here. Here, so this is how the particle effect looks, right? So we need to kind of like make a version of this. So we need the mesh. Specifically because the origin is on the top, so we just need to scale it down. Because if we use a regular default mesh with the origin in the middle, if we scale it up on Z, it goes up and down, but we want the origin up here, so it just goes down. So this does need to be a unique mesh. So we're gonna export this. We're gonna put this in VFX blood. I just call this blood pour SM underscore blood pour card. There we go. So I guess we just import it in here. The blood pour card. Go. See how this looks. Let me flip the normals. And let's subdivide this twice because PS1 affine texture warping requires you to subdivide everything. There we go. Bum bum. Bum bum. Alright, so MI blood pour. This will need to be translucent. Do you recommend Unreal Engine 4 over Unreal Engine 5? I have not touched Unreal Engine 5 yet, so I cannot tell you. I'm only using Unreal Engine 4 because this game started development before Unreal Engine 5 was released and stable. Okay, this really annoys me. You see the seam. It might be hard to see, but there's a seam on the bottom here. You can see like a red seam like right here. That's because it's tiling. So we're actually going to fix that. We're going to just grab the bottom of the UVs and shift it up just like the tiniest amount to prevent that seam from happening. That happens a lot. I find it really annoying. It's not even PS1 accurate. It's kind of just a glitch with how I set the shader up. The shader is not very accurate. Especially to today's standards. In 2017, this PS1 shader was I would say was pretty accurate, but now that time has progressed and everyone and their mother loves PS1 retro graphics, standards have risen. So there's a lot of stuff in Bloodborne PSX and to an extent Nightmare Kart, which uses the same assets, core assets, that just don't really hold up to modern scrutiny when it comes to PS1 assets. So that's something for my next project. What I really want to do is update my shaders so they're a lot more accurate to account for everyone knowing what PS1 games look like under the hood and not just, you know, looking back via their memories. Anyways, so this should be good now. Yeah, as you can see, there's no more artifacting on the edge there. Okay, so now we can hopefully just make a particle effect. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so P, blood, pour. So we're gonna add a mesh. Type data, mesh. Blood pour card. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, that is not That is not what we want. So we're gonna do location. Okay, so we're gonna turn off. Is this too loud? I feel like this is too loud. It's too loud for me anyways. Okay, so we're gonna turn off, we're gonna turn off velocity. We're going to size by life, map you. Blech, there we go. That looks good. And then you're gonna be, I guess, 0.01. Okay. Lifetime. 4 seconds. Okay, and then initial location. Blech, that looks really fucking gross. Okay, that's way too much. Let's do like that's so much. That's disgusting. Okay. Let's turn that way down. There we go. Okay, make lifetime constant 5. And when you turn on first 1. There we go. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba. That looks pretty good. Negative 30. Okay, let's see how this looks. Alright, I'm gonna put it right here. That's fucking disgusting. Let's move you to local space. I want to have a second one. I want to have one in the foreground as well, but this will block the frame. So let me just scale it up with 2. Does that work? That's just so many cards. I feel like PS won't be able to do this. Let's lower you to 0.5, I guess. Yeah, very juicy. Yeah, that looks bad. Really messing with scale here. Let's do 1. That's obviously too much. Do 0.7. Can I scale you up on just Z? Ba 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 da 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 na 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 na. Yeah, okay, that should be good. Okay, so we're gonna add both of these to sequencer, and we're gonna add them to the folder, our VFX folder. I'm gonna convert them both. Sorry, let me do this on screen so you can actually see what I'm doing. We're gonna convert them to spawnable so they do not exist outside of this cutscene for garbage collection reasons. That's a lot of salsa. You can even see the onion in there. Okay, I'm gonna convert these both to spawnable. I start here. Activate. And this doesn't really look good outside of the shot. Like, they look kind of weird and small. So I'm just going to hide them when the shot changes. So we don't have to worry about that. Oh, so we got a, what was that, a culling issue? Alright, let's see how this looks in engine. Are you oozing and gushing blood, Bunlith? I sure am. Gross! Grody! I need to give him his fucking cane. He's just holding an invisible cane. I want to have the mirrors fade in during that shot. Yes! Where's the foreground blood? Got no foreground blood there. Cool. I'll have some blood spurt up from that as well. Cool. This music is temporary. Just a heads up, the music is placeholder for anyone new joining us. Yeah, so, and of course we need to like do a scream animation to start so you don't just get shot right off the bat. But, Oh! She's stuck up there! Oh my god, she fucking jumped out of bounds like fucking Halo 2 multiplayer with the battle rifle. Why do they call it the bone bike? Because you bone in the food and bone out, eat the food. That's why. Owie. Wait, why do I start with 1,000 blood echoes? Oh, wait, I know why. Because we get blood echoes just for simply damaging it. Who's up boning the food? Okay, so let's give him his fucking cane finally. Do we have a separate cane asset? I don't think we do. Like I don't think we have a cane. Like his specific cane. He has a specific cane asset. This one. I don't think we ever imported this cane. So let's go ahead and do it. I don't want to export it. Whatever. Fuck it. Okay. We are gonna export it to the right place. Victor. Oops. Nope. Export. Okay. Let's get this imported. I guess this will be in under Victor, because it is his cane after all. Na na na. Blech! Come on, can I fucking type correctly? There we go. There's your cane. Okay. So we're gonna drag this in. Okay, we're gonna add the cane. I guess I'll add this to a props folder. Guess it's a little bit organized. You are a spawnable asset. We are going to attach you. Attach to Victor. And our socket. Should we attach you to, you know, I lied. We are attaching you to, I think we actually have a threaded cane. I wonder if the threaded cane socket will work. Is there a threaded cane? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Guess we'll just eyeball it. Go, it's pierced in the ground just a little bit because it is sand. Okay. And of course, Bone Bike is holding 4 pistols. Sorry, I was saving. Ignore that hitch. Okay, finally got his cane. Yippee. Took all day, but we got it working. Yeah, where's our foreground blood? What happened to our foreground blood? Oh, hey Paige, how's it going? Alrighty, cakes. So, yeah, let's give Bone Bike the pistols. Do we have... Okay, the pistols are already part of the mesh, so we can just go back to you. Hunter's pistol. We have 4 of them. Movable, add a sequencer. We're going to add these to our props folder. Set them to spawnable. Frame 0. And we are going to attach each one to Bone Bike. We should say, yeah, and here's our weapon sockets, so it should be nice and easy. Attach to Bone Bike. Bottom left, attached to Bone Bike. Attached to Bone Bike. Okay, let me zero them all out. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, okay, and there's our... Make sure... Whoa! We're missing one. Why is yours empty? Because you were not attached properly. Okay, so... Attach to... What is this? Attach to Bone Bike. This is big... right. No. Small right. Where are you? What the fuck? Why are you floating? What the fuck? Interesting. Oh! Sorry, I did not parent it to the correct socket, so let's try that again. Not barrel right, weapon small right. Okay, that should be good. I was attaching it to the barrel, which is where, you know, the bullets actually spawn from. So it should be good now. There we go. Cool. Cool. Well, I'm starting to hear that page. And Pharaoh says, this looks so sick, can't wait to go hoggers once again. Oh, yeah? Okay. Okay, it's 5. I should probably call it here. We have been streaming for about 2 hours. Like I said, it's gonna be a short stream, but I'm really happy we got this in. Because like I said, I got a lot of multiple projects going on. But I'm really happy with this. So just need some more audio. But yeah, I guess we'll just let this play while I sign off. That was a nice, fun, short stream. I really want to get back into doing this more regularly. But I have all these projects, NDA stuff that I'm working on, so I don't really have a lot of time dedicated to Nightmare Car as much as I would really like to work on this every day like I used to. and I do really want to get back to that really soon, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, thank you very much. We will just keep watching until this cutscene is over, and then I'll go ahead and end it. Yeah, I will see you all hopefully next Sunday, or maybe even earlier. We'll see. But until then, bye-bye! Bye-bye! I'll see you all later.